What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Littleroot Laddering. So today, we're playing something that I kind of talked about in the tier list video that we did last Monday. So if you haven't watched that yet, one of the things that I found out while we were doing that was Feraligatr gets sheer force and access to Dragon Dance. So I'm like, well, this seems really cool. Let's try to abuse this. And I want to give a shout out to my buddy Matt, who you can follow on Twitter, Atomic Penguin as he's known on Discord. I stole a couple of his sets here, and let's see if I still have his team readily available. So he had, this is literally his Feraligatr set, except he was adamant, whereas I am Jolly, just because I like to be a little faster. I think with Jolly, you're just going to be able to outspeed more things. And then this Arcanine set is literally his, except his is Citrus Berry, and mine is Aguav, because my Citrus is on Eggy instead. So, past that, it's basically, like I stole those from him, and that's about where I got. So, past that, I have played exactly 0 games with this team, so I have literally no idea if it's good. But, looking at the Mons, they all kind of make sense in my mind, and I think it's going to work out just how we need to. So, let's talk about, of course, Feraligatr here, the namesake of the team. Sheer Force is going to boost our Waterfall, Rock Slide, and Ice Punch damage. Oh, he actually didn't have Rock Slide either. He has Protect, but I like being able to do extra damage, so we're gonna play Rock Slide. Because Sheer Force boosts all of these. Dragon Dance next to Togekiss is going to allow us to go turbo fast and do a ton of extra damage. So, it makes sense in my mind. Togekiss here, we're real bulky. We get to 140 on our defense, 146 on our special defense. Our speed, we're going to be 109, so we can outspeed Rotom. This is 4 EV Rotom we outspeed, so we can fire off a Yawn into them to potentially put them to sleep the following turn. We're Serene Grace, so we can get that extra flinch chance on our Air Slash. Protect, Follow Me, pretty standard as well. I do like Yawn here, and I think I'm actually going to change this to lefties. Originally, I wasn't sure what I wanted where, and I wanted extra recovery on my Togekiss, but I think having Protect means that we just can... The fact that Leftovers isn't anywhere else means that it can pretty reasonably go here on Togekiss. Of course, Hariyama is another format staple at this point. Guts, Flame Orb, Fake Out, Close Combat, Knock Off, and then I've added Poison Jab as well, so we have additional coverage for opposing Togekiss. And shoutouts to Moxie Boosted. He pointed out this EV spread where you have two IVs in speed, so you hit 50, so that you are able to fake out opposing Hariyamas before they are, and you don't have to play around speed ties as well. So I actually think this is pretty smart and something I hadn't really considered, but something I want to try out here. And then, so after this, I saw Hari, I saw Feraligatr, I said, hey, that's a lot of offensive Mons. We probably need either a Defiant or a competitive user. Said, hey, I haven't used Perugly yet. This seems like a really cool Mon I want to play with as well. Gives us another Fake Out user, and then a bunch of attacking moves with Sucker Punch, Play Rough, Body Slam. And actually, I know it's kind of a meme at this point, but 180 speed is not a joke. 134 attack is pretty okay as well, especially if we can get a Defiant boost on it. Then we're set up to just KO things pretty easily. Executor here to pair with Hariyama as well. I believe this is the exact set that Aaron Zhang used on his team with Hari as well, that he showed in his VGC battles 2 weeks ago now, maybe? I can't exactly remember when that is. If Carl remembers, that'll be down in the show notes linked. But shoutouts to him as well for letting me steal this set. Citrus Berry Harvest means that we just have this potential inevitability with Executor having this insurmountable amount of recovery, while we're able to do our things with Energy Ball, Psychic here, Sleep Powder so we can put some things to sleep with our Togekiss as well, and Trick Room so we can safely potentially sleep with Hari. And then we have Arcanine here. Like I said, I stole this set from Matt as well. I believe he says this lives a Earthquake from -1 Garchomp, so then you can fire off a Will-O-Wisp into them, and I feel pretty good about that. That'll also trigger our Berry then, so we get some extra recovery, so we can fire off another attack the following turn. So, I think that's going to be it for like the team preview here. Let's jump into some games and see exactly how well this plays, and see what we can do here on the ladder today. Let's see. That's a Salamence. That's a Rain Duo. And then there is an Arcanine here as well. Them having double Intimidate means I really want to do Purugly things. I think this is like Purugly plus Hari up front. I think Purugly is pretty great when they have potentially double Intimidate. I think Feraligatr is actually pretty decent as well, seeing how they have like potential to set up Rain. So I think this is like Togekiss. I want Feraligatr, and I think I want Eggy. I think I like this. So it's going to be Scizor plus Ludi here. So I can go for a Fake Out into Scizor. I can yawn the Ludi this turn. I wonder if they didn't bring either of their Intimidate Mons here. If so, I think that's actually pretty good for us. So let's just play to the field here, see what they are going to potentially do. They could switch out Scizor into Politoed. They are just going to stay in. They're going to Fake Out my Togekiss. That's fine. Their Scizor moving before my Togekiss tells me that they were going for a Bullet Punch there, so I feel pretty okay about that. We'll go for a Body Slam into Ludi, and we will switch into... I think I just want to switch into Executor this turn. Scizor carrying a Bug move is pretty uncommon, and even if they do have one, they're not going to fire it off into my Togekiss this turn. Okay, there's the Protect from the Scizor. We're going to get our Body Slam off. Going to do a Chunk, and we get the Para. And there's a Scald into Purugly, who unfortunately gets the burn. Okay, so we can go for a Body Slam into Ludi. And I kind of like the idea of going for a Sleep Powder into Scizor here. Okay, no KO. No, they do have bug coverage. Oh my gosh, and their Life Orb as well. Okay. So we are going to hold on for just a bit. We're going to bring in Feraligatr here. Body Slam the Ludi. And I think we're just going to try to dance on him. Alright, we pick up the Ludi. That's good. We get our D-Dance off. I'm going to X-Scissor into my Feraligatr. That does a chunk. Purugly is going to go down. I can bring in Togekiss safely now. They do actually have one of their Intimidators here with Salamence. So we're going to protect this turn. We're going to go for an Ice Punch into Sala. Okay, there's the Bullet Punch. And there's the KO. Feraligator's insane. I wonder if we can live with a Bullet Punch from Scizor. Probably not, but we'll try to fire off a Yawn. And we'll Waterfall. Actually, I'm going to go for the Protect. I'm going to Waterfall the Scizor. Okay, Togekiss does hold on, which is actually really good. And Gardevoir outsped my Feraligatr, so that tells me this is Choice Scarf. But like we've lost this game, so it doesn't matter what I do; they're going to be able to clean it up. So, yep, GG. Scarf Guardy is not something I've seen, and like X-Scissor on Scizor is like super uncommon. Not something I really envisioned, but it is what it is. So this is like Trick Room, where their potential setter is Latios. I don't feel great about that, but like obviously just because they have Torkoal doesn't mean they're trying to do Trick Room things. This also could just be like fast mode with Torkoal and try to do Tailwind things as well. I think I like Feraligatr plus Togekiss. And I think I want Hari and Arcanine in the back, just to try to potentially fake them out this game. Like if I lead Togekiss here, actually it could be right to I think Feraligatr plus Hari is pretty good, because I can potentially fake out the Garchomp and pick up a KO on it. Or I can just go fake out into the Garchomp plus Dragon Dance, which I actually think is the play. And then like from there I can just potentially sweep. I think I want Arcanine still. I don't think I like Eggy here, so I think this is just Togekiss. It'd be Torkoal plus Pachirisu. That is a lead. I think I want to dance on him, and I think I want to go for a fake out into Pachirisu here. Potential follow me. I'm just gonna go for an eruption. Okay, this is a solid chunk, but we hold on. So now I can waterfall, and I can close combat. Waterfall's gonna pick up the. It's not gonna pick up the Pachirisu. I actually expected that to do more. So obviously they're going to fire off another eruption here. Oh, they just go for Heat Wave. So I can bring in Togekiss now. I actually expected that to KO. They can potentially fake out my Feraligatr here, so that's not great. Go for Rock Slide, and we will go for Yawn into the Torkoal. Man, I think Feraligatr, like, could have easily won these games had I played a little better. This should just be, yeah, Heat Wave's going to pick up my Feraligatr. But now I get to bring out Arcanine. I can Heat Wave them, and I can Air Slash the Hitmontop. Okay, they're going to go into Cheerum, that's fine. That's not going to like a Heat Wave. CC's not going to do basically anything into Arcanine, and now a Air Slash does a solid chunk to Hitmontop as well. Okay. So Heat Wave will be able to pick up the KO here, and we're going to click Follow Me this turn. Like, if they just attack, then I get the double KO. I feel pretty okay about that. They're going to Weather Ball my Togekiss to do basically nothing, and Heat Wave picks up the double. Okay, so we know they have Torkoal here in the back. Sun's going to go back up. Oh, I forgot they had Pachirisu as their last, as their lead. So I can go for a Snarl here, and I can go for a Yawn. It's going to lower the special attack, which is obviously what we want. Eruption is going to do basically nothing. We can Snarl, and we can protect this turn. Quick Claw Torkoal. Okay. Alright, well now you're asleep, so I can Snarl and I can Air Slash. Quick Claw Torkoal. Color me surprised, guys. Alright. E-Speed, Air Slash should pick up this. They're going to protect. Alright. So, I think the correct play was obviously to Rock Slide there on one. I expected the waterfall to do more, like even through Sun. I expected it to do way more, but unfortunately not. Otherwise, I think Feraligatr would have come to play that game. Hitmontop I think is a very good answer to like Perugly, so I didn't feel completely comfortable bringing it, even though they do get the Intimidate off onto us. But hey, you know, we're on the board, so I'll take it. I will take a win. Wasn't the cleanest win, but it was a win nonetheless. Alright, another Scizor, this time with Chomp. T-Tar, Arcanine, Togekiss, and Gastro. I think I really like setting up Trick Room here. Most of their Mons really want to go like relatively fast, and I think setting up a potential Trick Room could be good. So I think Eggy plus Hari is pretty good up front. And I think I want Feraligatr and Arcanine in the back. Perugly doesn't really do anything here. Yeah, I think this is safe. Chomp plus Kiss. So we're going to set Trick Room, and we're going to go for a Fake Out into the Chomp. We're going to go into Arcanine, that's also just fine. Nice crit. Degleam. Okay, crit Hari. That's really bad. But now I can bring out Feraligatr, which actually doesn't seem terrible here. I can go for a Sleep Powder into Togekiss, and I can Rock Slide this turn. They might want to switch out the Arcanine. They stay in. Holy cow! That was a double crit in case you missed it. So we can Energy Ball and we can Ice Punch this chomp. They're gonna protect. Energy Ball's gonna KO. Holy cow! Did we crit every attack this game? Holy crap! Holy cow! Just absolutely absurd. We've crit. Oh. Oh man, I feel awful for my opponent. We attacked. We clicked. What? 3 damaging attacks, and we got 4 crits. Just. Oh man, I feel that one. I feel like we stole, but. To be fair, every attack that went off in that game was a crit. Because they also double crit their Dazzling Gleam on turn 1. So I crit my Fake Out. They crit both of their Dazzling Gleams. I crit both of my Rock Slides, and then crit Energy Ball the following turn. Oh, 4 damaging attacks, and there were 6 crits in that game. That's absurd. Okay, so Weezing Slaking is interesting. I honestly think like Per Ugly is pretty okay here. Like we're gonna be able to outspeed the Slaking, and we can actually punch it fairly hard. We can also try to potentially set up Trick Room. I think I like that plan. We'll do Eggy plus Hari up front. And I think I want Feraligatr and Per Ugly in the back, maybe? Per Ugly gets to hit Metagross super effectively. Yeah, I actually like this. I like this plan. Okay, they're going to bring out Slaking and Ludi. We're going to click Trick Room, and we're going to go for a knockoff into the Slaking, I think. They're gonna Fake Out my Eggy, actually. I think we still try to click Trick Room. Could also Poison Jab the Ludi. I actually think this is the safest play. Just Fake Out the Slaking. Okay, their Life Orb Ludi. So now I can click Trick Room, and I can go for a Close Combat into Slaking, because they're going to potentially switch into Weezing this turn. You could also switch Slaking out. Yep, there's the Weezing coming in. So I am now burnt, and I don't have my Guts boost. But this is actually pretty okay. I can go for a Sleep Powder into Slaking, and I can Waterfall the Weezing. Okay, here comes Ludi. Okay, good read. Sludge Bomb into Eggy's gonna do a chunk, but we're gonna recover with our Citrus. This Feraligatr just doesn't know how to stop critting. I can Psychic the Weezing, and we can Ice Punch the Ludi. No, I actually think I want to take this Weezing out, so we'll just double into it. Okay, there's the Protect. They went for the Giga. Okay, this is fine. We can Psychic, and we can Fake Out the Ludi, because my Fat Cat also gets Fake Out, and it's absurdly fast for some reason. I don't know. This thing is an anomaly, and it always has been. We currently do not have a citrus berry. We're 0 for 2 on recovery, on harvest. Oh, what am I talking about? Harvest is currently turned off. Okay, harvest is turned back on. So now they have a slaking in the back that is pretty neutralized. Now they can bring out the toad. They should probably protect Ludi this turn, I would think. I'm just going to energy ball the toad. And we'll body slam the toad. Alright, here comes slaking. Alright, good read. Good read. So I can click Trick Room. And I can click Sucker Punch into the slaking. I'm actually faster. There's no reason to Sucker Punch. I can just go for a body slam. Hey, look at that. I got my harvest. Body slam did not do a chunk. Giga Impact did, in fact, do a chunk. Alright, so we're playing on hard mode all of a sudden. We still have our berry. But, you know, per ugly sweep. We get the para. And we get the para. Alright, per ugly. Are we going all the way? Does that count as their turn of loafing since they recharged? I actually have no idea how this works. I'm gonna say no. Alright, well, slaking's really good, guys. Who knew? I don't think I played that game very optimally. I definitely think I should have targeted on the Weezing sooner, but whatever. Ooh, Stantler. That's an Intimidate user I haven't seen lately. Interesting. So their Trick Room mode actually looks pretty decent, having Hari and Cress here. Stantler's actually fairly fast, but I think with them having access to Raikou and Scizor on this side, trying to set up like Feraligatr with Togekiss is pretty poor. So I think my play is I'm going to go Hari plus Feraligatr up front with Arcanine in the back and Eggy. I could bring Per Ugly to try to... Yeah, actually, I like that. I think the real play is Feraligatr, Per Ugly with Hari and Arcanine in the back. So if they try to set up Trick Room, I have my own Hari. I think this is fine. Opponent. Let's do that. So I think this is pretty okay. We're going to be able to potentially get a single Dragon Dance off. And that's going to let us do hopefully everything we need to. Alright, there's Hari, there's Raikou. Okay. So we're going to try to D-Dance, and we're going to go for the Fake Out. I can't Fake Out Raikou. What am I talking about? I can go into Hari, and I can Fake Out their Hari. Okay, they're going to set up Reflect. That's fine. I'm going to get my burn. I am actually faster than them. That is good to note. We can go for Fake Out into Hari and Play Rough it. Nice crit. Okay, they're going to Volt Switch off of Per Ugly. Our bulk is not great. There's Cress. Alright. Feeling pretty okay about this so far. Raikou comes back out. We can go for a knockoff into Cress. And we can... Let's see. Raikou moved before my Per Ugly. I can go for a Sucker Punch here. We know Reflect, we know Volt Switch. Most likely not going to try to set up Trick Room now that their Hari is gone. But I think removing their potential leftovers is going to be key. Let's see. We do get the Sucker Punch off. There's a Psychic, but Hari holds on. They're going to double it. Okay, that's fine. So this is actually pretty okay because they're going to bring out Scizor. So I can go into Feraligatr now. And I can set up a D-Dance this turn. And I can... I think I just want to sack off my Pro Ugly. Please attack into it. Thank you. What does your Scizor have? Swords Dance. That is terrifying. Okay. So now I can... It's their last turn of Protect. No, not likely. They most likely have another turn of... more turns of Reflect because they're Light Clay on Raikou. I think I want to Waterfall the Crest and go for a Heat Wave this turn. Okay, Bullet Punch does basically nothing. Psychic does basically nothing. Are they Choice Scarf Crests? They're faster than my Feraligatr at +1. They had to be Choice Scarf, right? Like Choice Scarf max speed? That's the only thing that makes sense. I can click Rock Slide and I can click Heat Wave. Yeah, they have to be Choice Scarf here. It's literally the only thing that makes sense. Okay, Volt Switch into my Arcanine. They're just ignoring my Raikou. Yeah, they had to be Scarf Crest, right? Because I'm at 214. Max speed Crest is 150, so with Scarf there we get to 225. That's the only thing that makes sense. That's so weird. That's a new one. I love this format. You get to see so many wild things. Man, I've had all kinds of people joining our games tonight, but whatever. Monkey is weird. How do I want to deal with Monkey? Eggy could be fine, like trying to set up a Trick Room like Eggy Hari. But they can... Yeah, I think Eggy Hari with Feraligatr and Ugly in the back. So if they have Sala, I can get a free Defiant Boost. As Sucker Punch, so I can still hit the Gengar as well. I think this is fine. Alright, opponent. Let's get to getting. Did we play against this opponent earlier? I don't think so. It's just weird seeing multiple Guardies. So I think I want to sleep. I want a Trick Room, and I want to Fake Out into the Guardie. They traced my guts. Yeah, we'll go for Fake Out. They're going to go into Gengi. That's fine. It's whatever. They're going to roar out my Eggy. Okay. That's a play. So now we can Sucker Punch the Gengar and we can go for Knockoff into the Suicune. So we know they currently have a Gardevoir in the back. But now my Guts is active, so this Knockoff is actually going to do a chunk to their Suicune. Okay, Sucker Punch is going to take him down to about half. We're going to eat our berry, or just under half, I should say. Knockoff is going to take away their Ogloff berry. That's actually very good. It is very, very good. I think they switch Gengar out this turn. I think I'm going to go for Body Slam, and I want to knock off into the Gengar. Like, showing them Sucker Punch means they probably don't want to stay in, or they want to protect here. So, like, reading this... Yep, there it is. Cool. They're going to get my Guts again. Scald is going to take out my Perugly. That's fine, though. I'm going to take away their Choice Scarf. Okay. So now I can bring out Eggy. They're going to try to roar me. So I can Energy Ball their Suicune. And swap into Feraligatr. Anticipating the Psychic into this slot. Could be Psychic, could be D-Gleam. Okay, there's the D-Gleam. There's a Scald. Okay, so I could have set up Trick Room. They get the burn. Come on. Alright, we pick up the KO on the Suicune, though. So now I can go for... So we know Gengar has Sludge Bomb. know it has Sludge Bomb. We know Guardy has access to D-Gleam. Could also be Psychic. Could be Shadow Ball as well. I think trying for a Trick Room here is incorrect. I think Trick Room plus Rock Slide is probably the play. Okay, yep, they crit. I don't think that crit really matters. They also have Thunderbolt. Come on, man. Alright, GG opponent. Because Hari is not going to be able to 1v3 here. That was a game. We read the switch appropriately, but I think had we set up Trick Room, we were fine, but like they had shown us Roar. So like going for the Trick Room when they've shown us Roar is a hard read to make. They have Lax and Crest here. I'm gonna bring out Hari. I'm gonna bring out Per Ugly. And I think I want Feraligatr in the back, and I want Arcanine in the back as well, so we can intimidate like their dorks here. They have a bunch of things that don't want to be intimidated, and I have one thing that has access to intimidate, so like let's do that. I think if they try to set up Trick Room on me, I'm fine because I have like Hari. Hari's pretty okay under Trick Room last time I checked. There's Crest, there's Togekiss, so this could be like Follow Me. I'm just gonna go for the double fake out here on one though. I'm not gonna show them anything extra. Okay, no Follow Me. I mean, there's the Follow Me. Okay. So now I can Poison Jab the... No, I think it's correct to go for Knock Off into Crest and Body Slam the Togekiss. Okay, they're gonna Ear Slash. They are going to set up Trick Room. Okay. Now I can Poison Jab and I can Sucker Punch. I shouldn't have done that because Sucker Punch is going to fail. But I pick up the Togekiss, that's fine. Psychic is going to pick up my Hari. But now I can bring in Arcanine. Get my Intimidate off into them. Okay, there's Snorlax. Obviously, intimidating them was good. I can go for a Will-O-Wisp there, and now I don't want to Sucker Punch Crest because they could just they could go for a Calm Mind, so I think I'm just gonna Body Slam them instead. Okay, there's Belly Drum, that's fine though. Okay, there's your Aya Papa, there's your Calm Mind. I connect the Burn, that's very good. Okay, so now they're basically only at +2. I think I would rather potentially lose Feraligatr than Arcanine, so switching there seems okay. And I can go for Sucker Punch into Lax, I guess. Okay. They have Facade? Oh, that's real bad for us. I'm going to attempt to Dragon Dance and E-Speed into Crest to pick up the KO on it. Okay, we pick up the Crest, that's good. They're going to Facade to pick up my Arcanine, but I get a Dragon Dance off here, so that's pretty good. What's your last one, opponent? It's Hitmontop, of course. So that should be game because they just fake out and then they connect a Facade and I'm dead. So we'll try this, I hope. They recycle? That seems absurdly greedy. That seems like unnecessarily greedy. I don't know why you don't just KO me there. Yeah, so the more I play, the less satisfied I am with Per Ugly's damage output. It just has not been satisfying, basically. So I think cutting Per Ugly from this team is probably optimal and playing something else in that slot. I'm not sure what yet, though. Something to think about. It might be something that we touch on in the wrap-up here. So we get paired up here again against Stantler. I can't remember what we did last time. This is not the player who had Roar on their Raikou, because that was on Suicune. So I think this is Eggy and Hari up front. I think I want access to Feraligatr. And I think I want Arcanine so I can deal with Scizor appropriately. Like, they didn't bring Milo last time, I know that much. So I can go for a Sleep Powder into Hari. I can fake out theirs. And they're gonna set up screens with Raikou, but I don't really care. They're gonna set up Reflect. Yep. Okay, completely fine. Because now I can Psychic their Hari, and I can knock off their Raikou. And now I have my Guts boost, and they don't have theirs. Sure, Snarl me. I don't really care. Because I still crit. And we're gonna knock off their Light Clay. So if they do have access to the light screen here, it's not gonna get boosted like the Reflect is. So I'm gonna switch into Arcanine here, and I'm going to knock off into the Scizor, potentially take away like a Choice Band or a Life Orb. Here comes Crest, that's fine. X-Scissor into my Arcanine is obviously what we want. We're going to take away Iron Plate. Interesting. So I envision the Scizor switching out here, so I'm going to click Snarl. I'm going to knock off into Crest. Here comes Raikou. Okay. Obviously getting the Snarl off into Raikou and Cresselia is exactly what we want. Going to knock off their Choice Scarf. Oh, this is that guy! Okay. So it is good to confirm that they are, in fact, Choice Scarf. So I feel like this game has gone a little better for us than the last one. So now we can Heat Wave, and I want to switch into Eggy this turn. Yep, there's their light screen. We miss the Raikou. We do damage into the Crest, but E-Speed might be able to pick that up. I can Sleep Powder into the Raikou. No, I don't want to do that because they could... No, Hari's KO'd. So I can safely Sleep Powder this slot. If they switch out Raikou into Scizor, I get a free Sleep Powder into that slot. E-Speed is not enough to pick up the KO. Okay, there's Scizor. Psychic is also not enough to pick up the KO. And we get our free recovery and we connect. Yeah, so opponent wrapped the game up there. I feel like once we got rid of the Choice Scarf on Crest, we were pretty much set up. And actually, realizing that this is Choice Scarf, had I remembered that that was this opponent, we could have gone for a Trick Room earlier and just try to clean up this game under Trick Room. But like, even still, they're not going to be able to do anything to us at this point. Like, we're up 4-3. Scizor is asleep. Raikou and Crest don't have, like, none of their Pokemon have items. So, like, another E-Speed's going to be able to KO this Crest. And then they have a Raikou and a Scizor who's asleep out here, while I still have a Feraligatr set up to potentially Dragon Dance in the back. So, let's get to wrap up here. This team actually felt really, really cohesive. Obviously, Hariyama continues to just completely impress me. I think I probably want some more special defense investment just so we can, like, live more hits from potentially Togekiss. But, like, I think we're in a position where even if we invest more into it, we're still probably dead to Crit Kiss, so I don't think that's really worth it. But like, this Hari set felt really good. Being able to Poison Jab the Togekiss in the couple games that we did, that was very good. Knockoff continues to just be like one of the best moves on this thing, even if it's not Stab. And the fact that we were 1 point faster than opposing Haris meant that we could fake them out like we did in that last game where we were able to put them to sleep. Perugly, I want you to be good. I really do, but I don't think this is your time to shine. Honestly, the rest of this team felt really good, minus the Perugly. So if we look here at Defiant Mons, I don't think we want Primeape just because we already have Hari. So I don't think that really covers anything. Empoleon could be interesting if we weren't a Feraligatr team. I think adding another weakness to Rotom with Feraligatr, Togekiss, and Empoleon is not where we want to be, seeing how we have 0 immunities to it. This could also just be like a Lightning Rod slot. where we play Encore Raichu in this slot. I know that's something that Aaron has been really impressed with, and honestly, Fast Encore has been really good in this format. Obviously, I've played it on a bunch of Prankster Mons, but Raichu being the fastest Mon with Encore is obviously very good for us. I lied. It's Alakazam and Jump Bluff above it. I guess it's tied with Raichu, but still. Didn't realize Jump Bluff got access to Encore. That's interesting. But, like, the difference here is, like, Raichu has different utility outside of Alakazam that really just wants to click a damaging attack while also being weak to Fake Out, because you have, like, you're playing Magic Guard and not Inner Focus then. But I don't think that's really where we want to be. I think the support of Raichu is probably better. I honestly think this could also be something that supports the Trick Room mode a little more. If we look at, like, Mons with competitive, I don't hate Wigglytuff. Like, obviously 85 special attack is pretty okay. The fact that we're normal fairy means we line up okay against opposing Haris as well. And we are actually slower than opposing Haris. So maybe Wigglytuff is the play here. I think this is something you can play around with. Be min speed quiet. This is a 150. It's actually not terrible. The problem is our defenses are garbage, so we die to a ham sandwich. But something like this could be fine. We get access to D-Gleam. Hyper Voice is also stab. We have Psychic and Shadow Ball, so Shadow Ball allows us to hit opposing Crest. We get Ice Beam, so we can hit Chomp. The problem is, like, we just fold to a paper bag. So I would like Wiggly to be a thing, but I just think it's a little too frail. So this might just need to be Raichu just to shore up electric weaknesses. But honestly, you know, we played how many games tonight and we ran into 0 electric coverage? That's not true. We ran into the Raikou, which I think if we have Raichu on this team, Raikou doesn't come to those games, and then we just clean up easier. And if they do, Raichu just gets to prevent them from ever switching out with Volt Switch. So this could be where our Focus Sash goes. We could do something like this with Lightning Rod. We could be Nuzzle, Fake Out, Encore, and probably just like T-Bolt or Volt Switch of our own. I don't hate that. I think since we're Nuzzle, we don't want probably something like this. Lightning Rod is going to boost our Thunderbolt damage. And then we can just be like max speed, max special attack. Something like this. I don't hate this. Like 178 is a really good speed stat. Focus Sash means that we're gonna live an EQ from Chomp, while also being able to be additional Fake Out support. So like we can fake them out, get a Dragon Dance up with Feraligatr. I think if I was to replay this team, I would probably play Raichu in this slot, and just that's something that Matt had on his Feraligatr team. But I think this is probably the correct thing to play in this last slot, but something I'd be interested in trying again in the future. But, you know, that's going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much, as always. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next week with some more Littleroot lettering. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.